What are you guys looking at that demonstrates, A, your understanding of what's going on in the industry, but B, to keep business flowing and to secure the future of families?
Where do we lean in? Where do we focus from a distribution standpoint? Where do we focus from a product standpoint?
So sometimes what I'll find when I look at cycle times, if I look at a particular case manager, I'll then head into other areas of the data that the system provides to find out where are they finding roadblocks.
How do we think about our benchmarking? What are some of the things we can do, coupling this data with advanced analytics to really create those meaningful real-time insights that are actionable?
Your line that candidly I've stolen and you used many times is, it was only a matter of time until data catches up with reality, and we're seeing that now.
We cannot go back, okay? We cannot go back. We've got to push this forward. And Brent, just like you said, yeah, the best time to start this was when we started these conversations 20 years ago, but let's start it now.
You know, what's iPipeline doing, right? I mean, what's iPipeline doing around its products and services to look at that $3 to $5 million BGA who makes a significant investment to use your services?
Hi, my name is Larry Berran. I'm thrilled to be here again. I am the CEO of iPipeline and looking forward to today's NAILBA conference. I really love how Beth Mazia just tells it like it is. We've been trying to do some of this for 20 years and we're not going back. I think that resonates with a lot of us. In November of 2019, I got to stand on stage after John Kelly and have a talk about the pipeline and where we were headed. I did wear an Eagles uniform just from the standpoint of trying to share the concept that you got to believe in things. I will say 2020 has put a real challenge to that, just given COVID, and the Eagles just absolutely sucked this past year. But we'll see. I think there's always good hope for the future. As we head into 2020, we had a lot of high expectations. Those expectations then fell short with what happened with COVID. And, I do think that the future is bright, and for a few reasons. I think even amongst the pandemic and all the carnage that has wreaked, I do think it's been great to see how people have been resilient, how people have stepped up to help one another. And I think, hopefully we continue to, mature those bonds as we continue to move on as a society, as a family, as companies, in that role. So I think, there's a lot of great things that we should all be looking forward to. And I know we're all looking forward to getting people vaccinated and being able to move on with our lives in good ways. 2020 from an insurance standpoint was a little bit of a hodgepodge. We have seen a number of carriers who have outperformed. We've also seen a number that may not have been as technologically oriented suffer. Overall, a lot more people are thinking about their own mortality and looking to potentially protect their families. And towards the end of the year, we saw spikes in growth of about 6, 8, and 15% respectively from September to November. So I think hopefully we can build upon this as an industry to make sure people continue to protect their loved ones. Dan's question in terms of what has iPipeline been up to, our goal is to really help you protect, other people's families, as they buy insurance, whether they're wealthy and they want to protect the wealth, or they're not so well off and they need to have some of the basic things to make sure they can stay in their homes and help their children get the education that they want and deserve. From a BGA perspective, we did waive transaction fees for existing customers from April 1st to the 31st of August. And for those customers that had not yet been using iGo, we set them up for free. We got them up and running, did a lot of trainings around town. I'm really happy that actually most customers have stayed on. I think they're finding great value in it. On the carrier side, e-delivery has been something we've been talking about for years. The industry's been talking about, and we're starting to finally see major momentum there. Our business overall in that area is up about 300%. A ton of new carriers have joined, are now on, and I think we have the momentum on a multi-carrier basis to really make a difference within the NAILBA community. And then just from a value add, last year I stood on stage and said, I want iPipeline to be the company that you want to work with, not because you feel you have to. If you're a carrier and we have to work with a lot of your BGAs, or if we're your BGA, we work with most of your carriers. But we really want to be the partner that you can count on. We want to listen, build our company from the customer back. And as part of that, a lot of people have been asking us to integrate into other AMS solutions, even if it's not ours. We've heard you, we've done that. And we've been able to actually transfer data into other AMS systems to the tune of about 1 million e-apps, which is probably provided for savings of somewhere between $6 to $7 million in the marketplace. So I think we've been able to have a major impact on the overall environment. E-app trends, in 2020, we did almost 3.6 million electronic transactions where somebody has applied for insurance or done an order entry. It is by far the largest portion of the marketplace is going through our iGo solution, followed by some of our other solutions such as Firm and Laser App. But we are making a difference there. We're continuing to see that grow. And this does not include the millions of applications that are coming through our PDF libraries out of our Forms Pipe or Laser App products. On the e-delivery side, as I mentioned, I think we are finally at the point where we have critical mass. We are really excited about that, about 300% increase over the last year. And towards the end of the year, it really started to skyrocket. And now that we can offer a multi-carrier version to a lot of people, making it a lot simpler for agents to understand processes and whatnot, I think we can continue to make a huge difference here as we continue to move ahead. And as I mentioned last year, we were acquired by Roper in 2019. And really what that means to people is it's a permanent home for iPipeline. We're no longer PE backed, and we are able to think about the future. They came to us in April of last year to see if we could spend another $1.5 million in R&D to try to accelerate stuff. I can tell you that's the first time that's ever happened to me in running a company. And they have also backed us and continue to do acquisitions. We will continue to look at them. If you have things that you think we should be taking a look at, feel free to reach out to me anytime. But we did close on the IFS transaction, which if you are a BGA that works in the broker-dealer or IRA or financial institution space, there's some technologies that go really nice with e-applications, account openings, business transfers, et cetera. And then on the illustration side, we acquired Wellus, which probably is known as one of the best high-end systems in the marketplace. And really excited for that, especially as we continue to bring ISOP to the market and the more carriers that we're working there. I think the bigger impact we can make on permanent products. And then finally, the SS Digital platform, quote to claim, is really coming along nicely. The UK, we're now doing about 30% of all business, all the way from the quote, all the way to the policy management system. And in the US, we are in the process of completing our final first 2 customers in that area. So really excited about that. And with that, I want to turn it over to Daphne Thomas, our COO. And again, I want to thank you for your business, and it's great to be here today.
Thank you, Larry. My name is Daphne Thomas, and I'm the COO at iPipeline. And what I'm going to share with you over the next couple of minutes is what are some of the innovations that iPipeline has been working on to help you ensure that you stay strong in your business through this very difficult time. So one of the first initiatives that we have been focused on is around our low-code, no-code platform in a SaaS environment. iPipeline, as you know, has been around for about 25 years. And even back in the early days where we had a forms engine and a quote engine, those tools are available from a no-code perspective. You have the ability to go into those tools today, as you always had, and turn on which product is available for which distributors and in which states they're all available. And they're all easy to use and easy to implement. We've been very focused on being a content provider as part of our platform. We don't want to provide a no-code platform that does not have any starting capabilities for you in there. So we focused our time on building workflows that will take you from quote all the way to claim. So some of the examples of the types of workflows we have in there is the ability for you to, within distribution, ensure that you have go, no go, which ensures the application goes back to the distributor before it is sent on to the carrier so that you have access and visibility into that and can get the data along with that. We've also configured workflows where if an agent makes the decision that they don't want to complete the part 2, that they want that part 2 to be sent over to the consumer, then the consumer has the ability to complete that. And again, it comes back and continues along its journey. So this is where iPipeline's innovation is within inside of the platform and within inside of the libraries that are available to you that work out of the gate. We've also spent a lot of time understanding what are the typical insurance rules. As an example, save age, that would never come with a no-code solution. This is something we've invested understanding what are the best practices of the industry and provide and make them available to you so that the system works out of the box, or you can take it and modify it using the no-code configuration tools that we have today, whether that's a tweak to a screen or a form or how you may want to correspond with your particular clients. You have the ability to do that. You can also use the SDK kit to change what the skin looks like. So if you want it to look a certain way when you have a consumer answering those medical questions versus the agent answering those medical questions, all the rules and all the plumbing and all the integrations behind all of that stay the same, but you have the ability to put that that different view or that different user experience. iPipeline has invested a lot in our user experience and brought in outside partners to help us to ensure and to learn what is it what's the best way to configure a solution if an agent is answering the questions versus if a consumer is answering the questions. So that's the first innovation I'll share. The second one I want to share with you is around our data. iPipeline over the years has been collecting all data, which gives us a lot of insights into what's happening in the industry. We've spent a lot of investment time configuring that data in such a way that, first of all, it's anonymized, and second of all, it's turned into information that's available to you to help you make decisions that drive actionable actions to improve your business. So we want you to have a dashboard that gives you visibility into the data as to how you're doing, how your agents are doing, and if they're not performing at the same level as somebody else within their peer community, you have the ability to drill down deeper and understand, potentially from an agent behavior perspective, it could be because a specific agent is always defining the rate class as other than applied for. And that's causing a elongated cycle time for that particular agent. So the tool is giving you the ability to drill in and see how your business is performing, but most importantly, give you actionable information that will allow you to improve your business. We will share with you how you're performing against the industry being anonymized, of course, which will allow you to see, are you getting the right market share? Are there things you need to do with your particular product, and maybe in how they're priced or how they're positioned, that can help drive more business? So those dashboards will allow you to make good, strong business decisions that are fact-based and not based on somebody coming to say, I didn't submit that application with you because your underwriting is slower. When you're using the iPipeline tools, you'll be able to see, are you really slower? And if you are, what can you do about it, and how can you improve that? So thank you for your time, and I wish you a healthy 2021.